surprised that she got with a black man after she divorced her previous husband? Absolutely not. Do I care? No, it's her life. And am I surprised that she got a baby after she got married to this black man? Absolutely not.
But let me tell you something. When y'all file for divorce, it's over.
Yeah, because usually guys don't strike
y'all
first.
not emotional like that.
Nah, so whatever it was,
what
Could it have been?
right?
There's two reasons why a man leaves his wife or files for divorce. Number one is another woman pushing him to do it, okay? Or number two is something real foul went down. You think that was in love, I feel so bad for her.
No matter the age that you are, there is no excuse to give yourself when it comes to the things that you say or the things that you do. It's funny how people like to excuse the young people from certain actions, say that, oh, they're growing. But we see here that even when somebody can be a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old, there is still growth that they're doing because they have not taken it upon themselves to check themselves for the things that they're doing. And also because nobody else has held them accountable for what they do. Which is why, no matter the age that you are, 13, 15, you must always put yourself at a constant state of growth. That does not take age. It takes maturity at a certain level to know that the world does not revolve around you. But that's not the main topic for today. Let's get straight into the main topic for today. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Share it because I'm sure nobody wants to be divorced. Introducing the newly divorced couple in Hollywood. Now, this is nothing to be laughed about. Divorce is actually a rough thing to go through, and I'm sure they're going through their own issues as they go through this trying time. But it's funny how Jeezy posted a picture on IG, and the caption says that he's not ready to be with somebody that is not cooperative. Now, whether this is a shot at Jeannie, only God knows, is yet to be seen. But it does bring up the fact that Jeezy divorced Jeannie. Now, as to why he chose to leave the relationship, nobody knows. But people are speculating based on what Jeannie said herself when it comes to her anger issues and being able to do things that she wasn't held accountable for in her previous marriage, and those particular things not being taken in this current relationship or previous relationship with Jeezy.
Out on it, I didn't notice that I had a hot temper until I got with Jeezy. And here's a person who is my equal and I really respect. And when I would spew some of my old habits, and he was like, like, who? That's not flying here. And also, it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the f do you think you are?
These are statements that people find problematic because having anger issues and not being able to communicate yourself effectively, saying that somebody is your equal, even though it is a good thing, but it does say the type of mindset that somebody has when approaching a relationship, right? You're choosing to help somebody. That's how a relationship is meant to be. But if somebody is your equal and they meet you at a certain level, it kind of tells how there is a balance of power in the relationship, and realistically that is not the world that we live in today, unfortunately. Now, to many things that have been noted, Jeannie has shown some red flags, not just when it comes to the relationships, but also when it comes to her viewpoints when it comes to race. For example, am I surprised that she got with a black man after she divorced her previous husband? Absolutely not. Do I care? No, it's her life. And am I surprised that she got a baby after she got married to this black man? Absolutely not. There are traits or signs that you can see that somebody is attracted to a particular race, not because they actually are, but just because of the wrong reasons. And I will not play clips that promote that idea, but I'm sure that most of the people that know who Jeannie is and what she said in the past, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So I know that the manosphere, they are gonna have a field day with this, and they are all gonna try and blame Jeannie because 1, she wasn't submissive enough, 2, she was the crazy one in the relationship, 3, she had anger issues, which is never a thing that one should have, because when you start living together, when you and your partner start living together, every tiny thing that you were able to deal with from your partner and take a break, 2 days, 3 days, a week, however long it took for you and your partner to not see each other, those tiny things will be magnified by like times 10 when you guys are living under the same roof and not have to share resources and time. But back to the point, even though everybody wants to blame Jeannie Mai for what has happened in the relationship because her husband Jeezy was the one that divorced her, we do not know the full picture. Sometimes people just fall out of love for each other, and sometimes some people just don't want to work it out because they're not built for it. And now this is where the point comes in as to why you should always take your time to know who you want to get married to. So, it sucks that her first marriage lasted longer than the second one. There are pros and cons to both sides. But sometimes you do see the cracks in the building of a house. And sometimes the people inside the building are enjoying themselves, thinking that they're having a good time. And you just pray that those cracks don't get too deep, that they mess up the whole foundation of the house. Because if they do, the whole house comes crumbling down, and sometimes the people inside may not survive. Now she has to co-parent, and now everything has to be figured out because they are both now single parents, and she's fallen into the single parent or single motherhood statistic. And that's okay. And I do wish them the best of luck.
Shoulders, knees, head, knees, shoulders, knees.